This is why your business may not be able to sue for breach of contract. Welcome to Education, our weekly legal podcast, where we break down legal issues, legal topics, legal concepts to your understanding without having to go to the law school. For the past few episodes now, we've been discussing the issues around contracts and all. However, we have majored around individual contracts and all. Today we want to discuss how companies enter into contract, or people who are in business and all. How do they enter into a valid contract? We have discussed in one or two of our previous videos about companies and what is referred to as being a legal entity. All right. Now, a company limited or public company or any company in their class can enter into an agreement just as an individual can also enter into an agreement. In the case of a company, you will ask, how does a company enter into a contract, or can a company talk and all of that? Well, by the law, the directors of the companies are the mind of the company, and they are also the mouthpiece of the company. So they can enter into a valid contract on behalf of the company, by the power given to them from the members of the company and all. They can validly enter into a contract on behalf of the company. However, that contract must be signed or must be executed in the name of the company. For instance, Chazon Limited. Chazon Limited. That should be the name with which the company enters into that transaction. If not, that agreement or that contract will not be regarded as a contract entered into by the company. All right. What happened in the case of business name, enterprise and all? Well, business name can enter into contract, but they enter into such contract in the name of the proprietor, trading under the name and style of that business name. Let me explain this big English that I just said. For instance, Chazon Legals. This one does not have limited now. Chazon Legals as an enterprise. A contract that will be entered into by Chazon Legals will be entered into by, let's say, T.M. Adeyemi, trading under the name and style of Chazon Legals. All right. That is how a contract is entered into by a business name. If it is limited, it will be Chazon Legals Limited and the other part. Like we have said when we were discussing about types of business and all of that. Now, a contract entered into by an enterprise personally binds the proprietor of the company, that is the owner of that business. That is, if there is a breach of contract and all, the owner of that business may be personally liable for whatever breach that happens, or he can also sue in his name on behalf of the business if there is a breach of contract. Now, for partnership, a contract entered into by one of the partners will bind the entire partnership. Mr. A and Mr. B are partners, and Mr. A enters into a contract with Mr. C on behalf of the partnership. That contract will be binding on both Mr. A and Mr. B. That is, both partners will be bound. It does not matter to say that, no, I was not part of the discussion or this and that. No. As long as the business is a partnership, whatever contract entered into by one party will also bind both parties. So you need to understand all of these dynamics before you enter into any contract. If you do not have this understanding, it is better that you consult with a legal practitioner to guide you, to help you review such contract, to ensure that contracts are entered into properly the way they should be entered into under the law. I'm sure you have learned something from this episode. If you have done that, please ensure that you subscribe, ensure that you share, and drop a comment for us. Thank you.